Researchers in the United States have identified gut bacteria that seems to play a role in diseases such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. The team based at the University of Florida tracked down the harmful species, and they've shown that certain other bacteria can produce substances that counteract the effects of the bad ones. Well, to get more on this, let's speak to the lead author of the study, Dr. Daniel Czyz. He's from the Department of Microbiology and Cell Science at the University of Florida. Well, thanks for taking time to speak to us here on the programme. Just how significant are these findings?
Sure. Thank you, Tox, for having me here. Well, so we use these tiny nematodes called Caenorhabditis elegans that allow us to colonize their intestines with various bacteria. And we actually found that specific bacterial family called Enterobacteriaceae, and these are E. coli, Salmonella, Citrobacter, Klebsiella, that are often associated with a disease, but also are colonized by non-asymptomatic individuals. They actually disrupt protein folding and cause these toxic aggregates that are in different tissues. So colonizing C. elegans intestine affects muscle, neurons, and we also finding that they affect the next generation progeny. And so these findings are important because we're trying to decipher the effect of bacteria that live inside of our gut and also on our bodies and our oral microbiome, and their effect on these neurodegenerative age-dependent diseases. So if we could identify bacteria that contribute to these diseases specifically, that's a big deal. And if we could also identify bacteria that suppress these diseases or prevent them, that would be a big step in finding potential therapeutics.
Well, bacteria in the gut has become so popular in recent years. Is this a question of, we are what we eat?
Absolutely. So it's the composition of our gut microbiome is our unique fingerprint. Everybody's different. But what we put inside of us, what we eat, or prebiotics, right, what our bacteria feed on, that will determine what kind of bacteria grow inside of our bodies. And we definitely want to keep the beneficial bacteria. What we found in our study, these are butyrogenic bacteria that produce butyrate. What we would want to keep these commensal bacteria happy and growing inside of our intestines, as opposed to these pathogenic bacteria that are also known for antibiotic resistance, right? So that could be also a point where these bacteria can be selected specifically with the application of antibiotics because they're resistant to antibiotics.
Okay. So how close then would you be to developing a treatment for people who already have Parkinson's or Alzheimer's?
Yes, so we have shown these results in a worm model. The next step is we want to show it in higher organisms and then move into humans. My lab currently is identifying entire human microbiome and specific isolates and their effect on these protein folding diseases. So hopefully, maybe by the end of this year, we'll know exactly which bacteria contribute to these diseases specifically from the entire microbiome. I'm hoping that within the next few years, we're going to have a much better picture and understanding of where the treatment is going to be.
That's already potentially a massive breakthrough. Can you see any other applications for this research?
Absolutely, right. Our gut microbiota is the beginning of a lot of diseases, mental diseases as well. So improving gut microbiota may not only have implications in neurodegenerative diseases, but also in other diseases that are associated with our mental health. Also with cancer, there's a lot of new research coming out between the link between the human gut microbiome and additional diseases. So understanding what is the effect of these pathogenic bacteria on not only neurodegenerative diseases but also a spectrum of other illnesses is that's very important.
Dr. Daniel Czyz, it's a fascinating research there from the Department of Microbiology and Cell Science at the University of Florida. Thanks for joining us on the programme.